Hey, okay, so finally fixed what was having tech issues. Excellent, excellent. Ah. Welcome in, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Audio wasn't. My mic wasn't what was having the tech issues. Just as a heads up. It was very much StreamerBot that was having tech issues, which was a problem. Because it was the event feed that wasn't showing up at all. So I wouldn't have been known when people followed or any of that sort of thing. So got that fixed now. So just a sec as I organize this layout how I normally have it. Oh my goodness, things aren't slotting into place properly. U event feed sideways down. But anyways, welcome in everyone. As you can see from the stream title, we're gonna be working on stream assets. Now, I bet you're wondering why the background for this is going to be so dark. Well, if I gesture over to the backgrounds, oh wait, you can't see the layer names. Let's see. Temporarily, if I gesture over here, I have a folder of backgrounds that I'm wanting to sketch. And one important detail about the lore for my character persona that you see before you, they live in void. They live in the void. Honestly, that's the best way I can describe where they live. Yeah, they live in what's referred, but they live in what I refer to as the Eternal Library or the Eternal Archives. Basically, very vast library that just goes on and on. However, outside that library is the void. So I figured, since the void is outside the library, if we have any windows, here's the color of the void. Just emptiness. So yeah, that's why that's black. So how has everyone's days been going? I just had a realization I need to actually check to make sure that I am in fact receiving messages from that inform the events info or chat and for things. So just a sec. Stream manager. Let's test outside of StreamerBot. That comes in there, and yep, okay, everything is working. Cool. Sorry if brain is a little bit scattered today. It's been a mess inside my head. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah. So, let's get on to sketching out at least the ideas I have. So, if this would be for... This background would be for starting soon screen, so it would not be for have that there. Ooh. What to do for the starting soon screen? Okay, so I'm thinking about, obviously, for the Eternal Archives, it's going to go on for basically infinitely, so it would go across. So wherever it would be in space or the void, it would just... Why is that not working? Okay, there, it's working again. Cool. So it would just go on infinitely in whatever direction. So it would go... So having it visible would basically have to be for a distance. However, what would a section of it look like? Previously, I've imagined it as being a infinite spire-like space station sort of thing. However, architecturally, that would not be very useful for getting to information. And if there were ever to be any sort of gravity well in the void, it would cause it to suddenly bend in whatever direction that was, and that would very much break the structural integrity of it. So, yeah, and yes, my brain is going very much this make-believe thing. How would this structurally make sense? Okay. Because in terms of... Okay, so while I think about the structure that would be in the background for the Eternal Archive, I do want to have... an idea for having myself on screen. Just a sec as I go and quickly make... Hey Sappy, welcome in. How are you doing, Sap? I just realized I've never asked. How do you feel about me just shortening Sappy down to Sap? I hope if that's a problem for you, I'll stop. But I should realize I should ask. Okay, good. Glad you're okay with it. If that ever changes, do let me know, and I will stop. But yeah, how are you doing? Yes, very much wish I could help you in some way with your assignments. Because it's very... Well, I probably would not understand it all that much. I'd at least like to be the rubber duck to the situation where you try and explain it so you have a better try and teach it to me so you know you have a firm grasp of what it is. Because I like knowledge. I want to try and grasp it. Hey Queen, and hey Pigeon. Welcome in, both of you. Oh boy. Pigeon, have me on in the background. Do your study. Study. You don't want to fail. I just heard one of my dogs sneeze outside my bedroom door. Looking up pose reference. Got some good references here. Last time I looked up this for reference, because I have thought about drawing this before. Okay, Pigeon, here's the thing. There's a wonderful invention called socks. If you put them on your feet, they won't be cold and you can be out of bed. Add a third. Actually, wait. Either add a third, or get out of bed and you'll find that your blood starts flowing down to your feet because of gravity, and thus your feet will warm up. Slippers are also good. However, your feet might be cold because the blood circulation might not be getting to them properly. I know that's my problem when I have cold feet. I've got all the references I need on my phone. Hey CC, welcome in. And yes, invest in a mini heater. Those are also good. Pigeon? I guarantee you're not gonna get frostbite from walking on a tiled floor when you have socks on. Oh great, I just accidentally opened the settings on my phone and there's a software update. That's gonna be fun. Pigeon? If you've gotten frostbite from walking on the tiles of your house, you have a circulation problem because your feet should not be getting that cold, or okay, see, yeah, no, that's absolutely a circulation problem then, because I've not walked on tile floors and I've had one of my toes go like that. Yeah, no, see, not even hospital. Go to a doctor. Get them, explain to them what happened. And they will start helping you figure it out. Because if I had to guess, I'm not a medical professional. Absolutely go to a medical professional. But if I had to guess, it's likely a circulation problem. No, it won't. Oh yeah, I forgot to leave it. I forgot to leave Cole on Discord. ACC, I completely forgot to leave Cole. Thank you. Okay, cool. CC, can you check? So you're aware, Discord not getting picked up by OBS. So, can you please at least change the status here on Discord over to streaming? Please. The tech issues that started before stream is absolutely why I forgot to leave Cole. Yeah, so I'm not going to be adding Discord to the audio and stuff because I'd rather not risk anyone winding up on stream. No. If you look at the roles I have, Queen, I was gifted by Ren, the Lusty Spectator role. They're fine with having a few people that they're fine to chill with in calls. It isn't for everyone. So it's very much a question of if they want to have you in. Oh no, I don't know the criteria for it. All I know is I was invited and I got given it. So yeah. It's in that section, so yeah. But I have got references now, which I think this one's actually the most like how I was picturing this pose. So, however, it is a drawing, so I'm not going to be importing. It is a drawing a basic outline sketch without credit to the artist, so I'm not putting it on stream. Ah yes, we got it. While I'm not a big fan of nepo behavior, we gotta love what we get when it's utilized just to get people included. Since I'm not past the part of Bloodlust, I'm not gonna try and nepo anyone into it. However, CC, you're a part of Bloodlust. You can make the call on whether you want to try and Nepo Queen into the VC. Yeah, no, you very much are like exclusionary, and from what I've seen, Pigeon, you like exclusive clubs. I don't. I like including people, which is why I like it the Lusty Spectator role. Oh my goodness, I'm doing this way too big. You? Nope. And do all that. Ah! Reset the scale, and rather than enlarging it to the right size, let's zoom in to have it be the right size. Okay, so this... Let's get this pose in. Pigeon. We had too many people. No. We already had too many people. Don't. Please. That was... First fight was a mess as it was. I think it's a good thing that Tom didn't get in. We had 16 people in first fight. It was going to be 18. 2 people left. Flo, because the time wound up not being they realized that the time wasn't going to work for them. None, because none missed the first few sessions due to sleeping, and thus realized yeah, they overslept because the time didn't work for them. But they were still going to try, so yeah. I'm glad they didn't have to go through what we went through for first fight. And that's all I'm gonna say publicly. That first fight wound up having problems like a lot of the groups that were first organized have. So... It was fun. Would not want to have that, do not want to have that sort of experience again. So, yeah. Yeah, I had thoughts and plans for a massive, like a lot of people, a large group long form series. I don't think that's a good idea anymore. So while I like the concept, I don't expect the execution to go well, even with the best possible management. I don't think it would be an enjoyable experience because there would be too many people. I think 14 is absolutely the most that I find enjoyable for a long form series. I don't know. Wrong buttons. Eventually, yes. I have a lot of recovery to do from Frostbite, and there's a number of things that I'm wanting to work through on a personal level before I try and take on the responsibility of running a group. And I will also say, if I were to do a long form series, when I do eventually organize, it's going to be invite. I'm not doing applications. I'm inviting people, and I might play in the game. I might not. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the offer. I'll see. I'll see it. I'll consider it. I don't. Yeah, no, thinking about it is starting to mess with my head about running and stuff. But yeah, I appreciate the offer for help. We'll see. We'll see if I ever feel up for running a game. Yep, absolutely. So, the idea for the starting soon screen, as I am working on, I figured I may as well explain, is the idea I have is... Okay, how small? You are kinda too small right now, however, I'm enjoying working in this bus scale, so I can always increase the size later. But the idea is having Puppeteer curled up, floating right here, having somewhere off in this corner potentially float, occasionally just shifting in position the Eternal Library or the Eternal Archives. And then maybe, ooh, thinking. Yeah, there's a couple thoughts I have about things that could be floating out here with Puppeteer on the starting soon screen. Oh my goodness, my anatomy's not doing good here. Okay. And this is why this is sketch. Okay. You know what? Scale this down a bit, and let's convert this into a silhouette. There we go. There's a basic sketch of Puppeteer in there. Now, what? Just a sec. Had a thought. Let's see if anyone's had this concept before. Fractal space station. Because my thought is something that expands infinitely and grows and grows. But the more, okay, yep. Here's one that would work, and what kind of along the lines of what I was thinking. Hexagons used to make a sphere. Effectively. Basically a giant, ever-expanding... Oh, of course it's a Cybertron that's a year that it uses that. That makes sense. I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to decide whether I like and whether I want to, how I'm going to use, because I like the idea of, yeah, that is a mood. Question: is the pages for OCs on Fight Club? No, not Fight Club. Art Fight. Is it on Art Fight that you're trying to make the pages for the OCs on CC? That is perfectly fair. I've got the character sheet for Puppeteer to go on to Art Fight. I finished it either last week or the week before. And from there I'm wanting to I still need to fill out upload it and fill out all the stuff. Ooh, Character Hub. I think I've looked at Character Hub before. Okay, so this I'm gonna, even though it's still sketch, okay, so it's okay. What is the shape I'm wanting the Eternal Library to have from the outside? Is what it's coming down to in my head. Do I want it to be a ever-growing and expanding fractal station? Well, that would make sense, but do I want it to be kind of a sphere? Do I want it to be a cylinder sort of station? Or do I want it to be kind of like a spire sort of station. Where levels... I just had a thought. Wait, no. Keep that. Here's the thought I just had. So, I'm going to be using this. Actually, wait. Let's bring this down a couple sizes so that I can do this at a smaller scale. So, the thought I just had is this. What if there is a central spire to the station, like I'm initially wanting? Oh wait, don't. Okay, so just a sec. Moving. What have I got over here that it's grabbing hold to? Just a sec. Now. Yep, I got rid of it. Cool. Move property off to the side. I can always use these to center them later. Plus, I am thinking animating this to some degree. But, for the archives, I just had a thought. Kind of combining, yeah, it's gonna be loose animation, but the thought I just had is for the archives is this. There's a central spire that acts kind of like the spine for the entire structure. However, from there, okay, these need to be exact. Polygon tool, shift mouse click. Shift and mouse clicking ends the polygon. Here's the thing. Here's what I really wish Critter had. So, and what I very much miss from when I used Photoshop way back at this point. Like, it would be 6 years since I used Photoshop. Ugh. But what I miss from Photoshop is being able to create custom shapes where you just input how many sides you want it to have. Because you're limited to squares, circles, and creating polygons that way. You don't get to assign how many sides you want something to have. It then makes all those sides even, and then you can just drag it out like you do the square. We don't have that yet. If they're ever intending on adding it. So, so here's the thought I'm having. Tool. Can't do that. Let's just quickly create a vector layer. So this is not going to look like the brush I have. So let's go, that is the size we're wanting. Select you, Control C, V. This is just so I don't make ludicrous amounts of layers. Ah, my goodness. I can't change where the anchor point is. Because it's a line and not a rectangle. So, just a sec. Let me do this. Now you're gonna think I'm strange for having done that. However, because I've done this, I can move the anchor point up to here. Now let's just do. There we go. And now why? Why does it use that anchor point? Why does it? Ah! Okay, so change of plans. Sticking to this. I'm just trying to make a hexagon. I'm gonna be doing this. We're gonna be duplicating layers anyways. So, here we go. Cause I can always change this, no matter what. So, move this up to here. I have that in mind, correct? Okay, now when I grab it, there we go. Merge it down, they're both still vector layers. Cool. Now. Duplicate again. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, this is still right here is where we want to be pivoting from. Let's see. Rotate. No, not X. Not Y. It's Z. 45. This is just to make sure that is in fact 45 degrees. Cool. So make this delete 90. That would be an octagon. I'm looking for a hexagon. 90 plus another 45. Wait a minute, hang on. Nope, I just realized something. I'm making a mistake. Okay, so. Oh, I just realized I'm making a mistake. So, if I'm remembering correctly, the angle for each. The angle for the interior, for each interior angle of a hexagon is 120. Which means I've done this first one wrong. Cool. Delete 120. There, that should be lined up. Apply, select here and then here. No! You. Down. Nope, I think I'm getting this one. Wait, hang on. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to look up the angle of hexagons. Ah! Actually, wait. No, looking at a hexagon, that's the right angle. Cool. I've done that correctly. Now, merge that down. Oh, no, wait, no. Not there. This one merges down. Duplicate it. And instead of rotating it 120, we're rotating it 240. Nope. And moving it down a layer so that I can do this. Okay. Now duplicate it again. Select you. And you get rotated 240 as well. Move it down a layer. This is now the capstone. Okay, merging down all of these. Now, select all and take us to the path view. Okay, let's see. They're about the same distance, so I'll just bring them here. Do this. Merge points. Nope, that is the starting point. I want that to be where things meet. So, wait a minute, hang on, no, wait, no. That changes the size of the lines. Ah! Can't change the size of each of the lines. So, instead, I know what to do. Do that. Now I have both points selected. Make line points. Now those won't have any issue. Undo that. Make line points. Okay, I have done that correctly. I will find out the positions of each of these points once I have them relatively close. Because I'm trying to eyeball this, but I could... Get that to there. And yes, I am manually constructing a hexagon. Am I being silly? Could I have found one online? Probably. But this is honestly better for... Make line point. Line point. Okay, so... Cancel. I do not wish to close. Okay, so I have done something wrong if these two aren't lining up properly. Let's see. That's right. That's right. However, you are likely to... No, you are right. Right. And it's right here. Why aren't you lining up properly? You are legitimately the only outlier. Why? Okay, so let's get this down to actually let's come down to here, Control C, V. Let's come here. Nope, because that does the entire layer. That will be 45. This is why I did it that way. Nope. You duplicate. You rotate. Let's rotate you 120. 120. There we go. And let's not move you. Let's duplicate you and rotate you 120 again. Okay, we now have all the layers we will need, because now we can just go grab all these and duplicate them, because there's 2 of each. Actually, wait a minute. I don't even need to do that. I just realized I've been taking the long route for something that can be solved in a short period of time. Merge those all together. It is a vector maps and vector layers still. Select all of those. Come in here. Join with segments. Join with segments. Break at segment. Join with segments. Also join here with segments. Let's do this one first. Break at segments. Break at segment. Join. And join. My goodness, that would have been so easy if I had remembered to do that first. I'm a fool. I'm a foolish fool. However, I figured it out. Cool. Okay. It's been an hour, so remember to get yourself something to drink. Stay hydrated and stuff. Get up, stretch your legs. And that includes you, Pigeon. If you're still in bed, get up, stretch your legs. Even if the floor's cold, you can just stretch your legs for a little bit and then go back to laying in bed. Be right back, as it seems my dogs are even setting off my mic. I have returned. They were barking because people were doing stuff out front, and the one that was barking, whenever things are being done out the front, thinks we are leaving, or that people are packing to go away. And as such, that's very sad. So, yeah. That is what was happening. But anyways, the thought I had. oh yeah. How dare anyone ever go anywhere without them? So the thought I had is. Wait a minute. Hang on. Can I? Okay, so I now have a hexagon. I I think I'm gonna delete that one because I can just do that all in here. Library sketch. There we go. That is the new. You guys can't see it because it's behind my head. I just renamed layers. That's all I did. Okay, so U, Control C, Control V. Let's just quickly check your position. Let's find out. Okay, so Y is what we're wanting to copy. Control C. Control V. There we go. They're now on the exact same Y. So, the thought I had is a central pillar that goes up the center. Okay, it's also, let's just quickly group those together. Okay, so the X is what's now needing to be copied. C. CV. However, it doesn't copy the text because, oh, that does override the text. Fantastic. Duly noted that that overrides the text. Boy. Okay, so C. Wait, no, I don't want the same Y level. I'm only wanting the same X. C. V. Enter. If I do that, then bring it down. Actually, wait. Just quickly. Get that in 9. There we go. Okay, I know that isn't going to stay there. However, that does now give the ability to do an exact lineup. So you grab the X, but the idea is this. No, not that. This. Place that there. Okay, that's now exactly in line. Horizontally, vertical. Get that there. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it's only on the edge that it would be. Only on the edge that it would be. On this side. Wait a minute. just... I'm having thoughts. I am having many thoughts as to the design of this now. And I'm not sure how to put them into words that convey what I am thinking. Okay, so... let's go with this slice. Okay, so right here, these two ungroup. I'm gonna show the idea that I've just had to make it changes to this. It means I'm gonna need to make changes. Wait a minute. No, not that one. You. Okay, so let's go. I'm quickly needing to do math. Fantastic. So this side is 224.43 minus 75.36. Okay, so the width of this is 149.07 pixels. So that means that going off of this one's anchor point being over there, I need to copy this. Control C. No, not Control C. Control C. Grab that. No, wait, hang on. Plus... Okay, so let's actually do the other side first. Plus 415.68. Okay, so first coordinate for this to be exactly 9 is 564.75. Oh no, wait, hang on. I forgot to remove the number. There we go. That should be perfectly in line over this side. Now, Control C, V. Let's divide that by 2. And C. Actually, wait. History. Take me back to... back to here. Divide you by not 5, 2. Okay, and now I can do plus 415.68. Why I'm being precise, I don't know. This is just supposed to be sketch. Okay, but my brain likes being perfectionist, so 0.215. That's exactly in the middle. duh. Just temporarily moving all this. Okay, so nope, don't move you. Control C V, because I need the same X location as here. C V, there we go. Now up we go. Wait a minute, hang on. I need to do pretty similar to this, and to what I did before. So, I have the right position there. Okay, that is the... Hang on. I need to make sure this is in the right position first. Okay, so... Right now, the position... let's figure out the height. Because we already know that the results... Okay, so I'm going to just start writing numbers down. Okay, so and with notes. Come here, grab this. Okay, so make this white. Okay, so got W equals W equals 149.07. Height equals, which is what we are about to calculate. Okay, so the lowest point of this shape is on the y-axis. .872.04, and then we minus the smaller of the two numbers, which is 699.94. That equals 172. That equals 172.1. Okay, and then when we want to get it to the middle, like when we move it sideways for these 2 points, we divided W by 2 equals half horizontal. Okay, so that equals the half horizontal, but the question is, okay, so that is from top to bottom. If we divide that by 2, we get it halfway in between. So I'll show you what the number we just calculated would do to this. So the position of this is 375.21. C. B. This is the number we're wanting to stay the same. Right now, this is at that coordinate. This one we shall now also get to there. But then we are going to minus this from that coordinate, and it should get us up to here. Or it will get us in that sort of area. However, right now that isn't in the exact spot we need it to be. So I'll just demonstrate what that calculation does for us. Actually, wait. If I put in the number that we did get from, if I was to put in that number that we calculated, I would, if I use that for changing the y-axis, we would go from 830.55 and minus 172.1, and that will get us 658.45, which will get this bottom corner here up to here. So I think 658.45. Yep, does exactly that. That is not what we're wanting to do. I have had a thought. I have had a thoughty thought. Okay, so if we do that again, let's see. Let us see. I don't think this is gonna get it to where I want it to be, but it might. So let's do that again. Let's see how we're putting in 486.35. Yep, nope, too high. Nope, don't want that. Because this is actually close. So, thinking. Okay, let's see, because that is the right. Okay, so this is halfway there. Or more accurately, it is 3/4 of the way. Okay. I should have found out what the size of. I know how to do that though. Go into not that. Let's switch over to parts. Let's be careful not to move anything. Dang it, we don't get the coordinates for the points. Never mind. Let's go back to this tool. Okay. So that changes the anchor point to each of those location. I don't need to be doing that by manually investing things. Cool, good to know. Okay. Trying to think. So that's 1/4. This is 2/4, and this is also 1/4. I think. So we've moved it up 4/4, which is a whole. To get it the additional 2/4 it needs, we need, which is half. We need to add half of this. So let's come up to here and just quickly write out this calculation. H times 1.5 equals difference. Okay, so let me just first get the proper location for where I want this to go, because from, okay, so let's move this down and across. Actually, let's just delete that one. This one, it needs to be down 3/4 from where this one is. So we have the height. We have the height, which means we need to divide this by 4 and then times it by 3. So let's just go 172.1 divide 4. That should be that difference. And then times that by 3 equals, let's just quickly write this in, H times 3/4 equals 129.075. Okay, let's put in, okay, so this one first. This one needs to be okay, so the location of this is as follows. It is, for X, is 300.68. And we are wanting to minus 149.07 divide 2. We are wanting to do that. So 226.145. Let's ensure this is the correct location. So 226.145. That is over here now. Cool. So let's make sure that we have the correct height, and let's get this one. Nope, don't want to do that. So we are going from 699.94 and removing 129.075. Okay, so that should put you at, this is going to be upwards rather than downwards. And this should give us a, oh wait, nope, not space. Bollocks, I just put that in. Okay, I still have the correct number here. 570.86, not 4, 5. Wait. Oh, you're still up there because you refused to accept the number. 570.865. There we go. Why? No! Why does it keep on doing it? Okay, so 570.865. Enter. Select somewhere else, then back in. Cool. Do that. Cool. Okay. Now I just would need to do the horizontal movement here and the vertical calculation. What is the vertical calculation? What would the vertical difference be? Let's just make sure that I've got this correct. Okay, so from the vertical difference would be, so current y would be what we have calculated. Then we times that by, no, we don't times that. That is the location that we currently are. We want to add bracket 172.1. I am so sorry for the math, everyone. This is just where my brain's gone for this plotting out of this. So, so times 1 1.75, because that is the number for 1 3/4. Oh no, wait, but I'm wanting a half. It's 1.5. Let's see. Okay, so if calculations are correct, CV, do that for there. Select you. The correct X is this. Put that in here. But in here, we are going to be doing 829.015. Enter. Correct location. Cool. Now, oh no, don't do that. Shift, select both of those, copy, paste. Come up here, grab this, copy it. Wait, no, hang on, that's the wrong one. This, come up here, Control C, U and U, paste in the correct Y. Because thankfully I did the corner. Otherwise, if it was the center, it would be drastically different. Now from here, the difference from you. Oh no, no, don't select. You off. Select the one behind you. Positions. So the X position is 226.14. So 226.14. Add to that the width, which is 149.07, and that should give us a difference in. That should give us where these two need to be in the X direction. So 375.21. There we go. Okay, that's in the correct position now. And this one, I don't need to duplicate. I am being very precise with the locations of things. I am so sorry. It's basically my brain's gone into schematics mode, and basically creating a sort of blueprint for this. It's hard to explain where my brain's gone and not sound insane. But basically, I want the central spire of the Eternal Archives to be a hexagon pillar, which it then has the branching off as pillars and stuff. Yes, I'm well aware. However, I can't stop my brain from doing this. I have tried already. I have said numerous times I don't need to be doing this. Why am I doing this? Yeah, I'm well aware. I'm well aware that this is unnecessary, but my brain's doing it anyway. This is just supposed to be a sketch. I don't know why my brain does this. It's very much a case of this is the sort of thing that puts me in this. It's like, why hug myself? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? But I keep doing it and I don't know why. I don't know why I can't stop. Anyways, so the location of this, we are changing the X. So we are going to go 368 minus 149.07. Okay, the location of this changes. We're almost done as well, which is the worst part, because it's like, okay, my brain's committed now. There we go. I just had a thought for an emote that is very much going to be a thing. Just a second. Since I am doing things for streams, group, assets, ideas, sketch, group, The emote I just had an idea for. Why am I like this? Giving my brain a break from its insanity. Okay, so. Uh, okay, and now just quickly. Do. That's better. Actually, did I type in asset ideas for this? Nope. Group. This was supposed to be emote ideas. Fill that. Come here. Properties. Nope, I need to do a filter on this. First deselect. Filter. Other. Nope. Colors. Color alpha. Which of these inverts things? Nope. I know what to do then. Group. You. Add a layer. You. Sketch. Black. Reselect. Fill. Cool. There, come in. You. Color pick. Grab that. Or more accurately, would be this one. Grab that, go into this color, come in. Nope, no mouth. That one, I think it's this one. Let's actually remove the sketch so I can see where I've done black line art. Need that back on because I like the eyes in it better. Sketch. Grab this, get it to a darker there, come in here. Why am I like this? Just absolutely, this, Why am I like this? This is a question I ask myself many a time. I will make a much more refined version of this for an emote, but if you guys want this as an emote is the question. would you guys use a "Why am I like this" emote? Also, this is an image as well. This is just like Anyways, hide the emotes. Get back to this so that the math wasn't a complete pointless endeavor when I already know it is. But okay, so basically, I was struggling to visualize what how this would actually be structured, what the spire would be structured. So, I'm not saying at all that this was that math was of use at all. However, this at least has I'm at least trying to get some use out of it. That is all I will say. I do not think that anyone should follow my example. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't do pointless math. But thinking of that center part, which would be a straight line, would be okay. So ungroup. Okay, so you remove point and remove point. This is the thickness of the spire at the center. Coming off from it, okay, so I'm just wanting the exposition for this. Actually, wait. Let's get this one. Actually, let's get this exposition. Control C. Yep. Control. Nope. Want that to be there. This. Paste. Enter. There we go. That is now exactly lined up. No, it's pointless. Still though. Okay, so we're gonna want to mine it. Okay, math up. I'm actually finding a use for this. Okay, so 149.07 divide 2 again. Okay. So, your position is currently 766.43. And you shall be minus bracket 149.07 divide 2. Now, I know this is pointless. This is just my brain. My brain doing whatever it can to be happy with this. I'm aware of how pointless this is. 91.895. Enter. Drag this down to here. I don't know why my brain is like this. Okay, you, and you. Group these three together. Copy. Paste. Wait, hang on. Transform mirror horizontally. That would go over this side. Come over here. Locate. Why does my brain keep going back to the math stuff? Ah. Okay. So 766.05 minus 149.07. Okay, so this one over here's location is 6.98. Enter. There. Now this is exactly in line. Oh. Don't want to accidentally adjust the width. That is the central pillar. Grab the center part. Group. Control CV, because I have an idea for changing this. I don't need that anymore right now. Hang on. Yeah, they're perfectly lined up. White. Okay, you. Okay, so the Y is in fact the right position. Cool. You. Making an alteration to your stuff. I'm sorry, I selected you. Why are you not showing me? You're telling me that they made it so you can't. Why? Okay, so first things first. Remove points here and here. Come back out to here. Regroup that all together. Nope. Okay, so this is very much coming down to figuring out. Okay, you actually. Okay, that's this. Nope, that's not no longer grouped together. Cool. Group that together. This is already grouped. Can't change the points of anything in here. However, I can get the coordinates. So the X will need to be the same. And I can get rid of that map for the time being. U. This. Paste. There. That's the same. This. Copy. The one up here, however, we wanted this to go on to here. Eating the numbers again, no. Okay, so that's currently there. However, okay, so the number that I copied is 348.80, and we are adding 172.1. Okay. I know this is pointless. Why do I keep going back to this? 4520.9. Okay, that now overlaps those two, which means ungroup. Bring to front so that when I select here, I delete 1, 2. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, that would have been a good indicator for that. Cool. Okay, select you, ungroup. The reason I'm ungrouping is so that I can group. No, it's so that I can make connections with points. These 4. Control C, V. Let's group together. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a reason that I am doing this. Let's get the height right first. Control C. Paste. U, and U. Get the center right. Control C. Control V. That overlaps. Now. First things first. Ungroup. Now this. Break at segments. Break at segments. Do that to these. Join with. Oh wait, hang on. What? What is going on? Oh no. Oh no. Critter just crashed. I hadn't saved. I've not had Critter just straight up crash without asking me if I want to save first. Okay, cool. There is an autosave. Good. As soon as it loads up, I am saving this. Because I do not want that to happen again. Asset creation. Save. Cool. Oh, it saved before I even moved them down. Excellent. I have a feeling that emote can mean a whole lot of things, so we'll have to come up with a name for it that is generic enough. It could just be the Y. Anyways, this is currently grouped together. Put that down there. Make this the top. Actually, wait, right now the down here is the same as the top, so doing this again. This is very much of me just doing stuff to get things to the right point, and okay, so 520 point. Oh wait, no, that isn't the number I'm wanting to add. So 270.04 plus 172.1 again. 442.14. Space, enter. That is not the right number. Duly noted. So undo. U. This. Oh wait, hang on. 270. Why is that now the wrong number? Hang on. ungroup. Just realized a quicker way of doing this as well is just coming in, grabbing that number, grouping these all back together so I don't accidentally select them. U. This is so much faster. I'm an idiot for doing all that math. Hey Florame, I'm doing good. I have been going slightly mad by doing math when just trying to create sketches. But yeah, pointless math as well. Especially after what I just realized I could do. How are you doing, Flora? So I'd never have to do that again if I need that scale. Good to hear you're doing good. Ungroup to make the modifications I need. Okay, U and U. No, not that. In here. This. Break at segment. Break at segment. Honestly, I can just merge those points because they're in line and then remove point. Because I'm just trying to get... Wait a minute. Break at point. Not that. This. Merge. Cool. These two. Break at point. U and U. Doop. Merge points. Did I remove the point? No, I did not. Excellent. Just a sec, let me double check what my profile pic is over on YouTube, because I am multi-streaming. Thanks Sid. The person who did my profile picture over on YouTube is Potato Blue, an artist I have commissioned for a couple pieces in the past, and absolutely amazing content creator. I highly recommend them. Let me just keep it. Okay. The purpose of the math is to... Okay. There really is no purpose to the math. Besides insanity. It basically is what it was supposed to do was to help me find help me move it, objects around it to the correct coordinates so that they'd be lined up for their points in the vectors. I'm an insane person. I didn't need to. Okay. So basically, this is the 4-pixel width of one of these hexagons. This is the height of one of these hexagons. This is calculating how to move it this down to this height. It sounds pointless. It led to the creation of this emote. This emote idea of just, why am I like this? So... And I find it fitting that it is one of the few layers you can see the name of. But yeah. But what I'm currently trying to design is the external appearance of an infinitely scaling structure. I just realized I'm not gonna need this. Because this right now is what this is working out in a way that... Okay, so right now, group all of this together. I wish this would snap to the grid and just stay stationary once hit the top. Okay, there. I think that's in line. That's as in line as I can get it visually. Now. Okay, so I now copy, paste, move this to the side for a moment. As I now ungroup this one. And now I get rid of this because I figured out this is all pointless now. Actually, wait, no. This is only now all pointless because I've gotten to this point. Perhaps it did serve a purpose. It just no longer does. I very much love the quote. Insanity is relative. It all depends on who has who in what cage. I am sane. Within my cage. Okay, so... wait, nope. Okay, so... Right now... Oh wait, no, I wanted to ungroup those. Ungroup. Select. So what I'm wanting... Oh, they're still grouped. Cool. So the X coordinate, that was always going to be the same. It's the Y coordinate right now that I'm wanting. Copy. Wait a minute, no. Undo that. Don't move those. Don't move those. Okay. Put that there. Wait a minute. Nope. Hang on. Just realized that is even the wrong coordinate. I need to be getting the coordinate from the top of this. Welcome back. I do like it, The Amazing Digital Circus. I also have been slowly working my way through the Magnus Archive. I enjoy Species Unknown for video games, as well as a number of other various video games. One of which is Blueprints, which I realize now very much leans into why I'm probably insane. And because, my goodness, the puzzle depth on that. Okay, the music that's playing in the background is the Heartbound soundtrack. The Heartbound OST. I know there's controversy around the streamer and the coder who's making it. I bought it before then, and it's royalty free, so it's free to use on streams, or more accurately DMCA free, because he will never be the one to cause the DMCA strikes. So unless you misuse it, like use it for your own video game, or blatantly just upload it again, trying to claim it as your own. So, which makes sense. But if you're using it for stream background music, or using it in a creative way, and properly crediting, it's still fine to use. That is the reason I still use it. Plus, I also spent money on it, so it's like, But anyways, so the coordinate I'm wanting is this. I haven't watched that streamer for a while as well, so it's just continued use of something that I paid for. Okay, let's remove those. Select this. Paste that in, because it is easy enough to get the center point from here. Yeah, it's very much because it is very much, that is the reason that I am. There's another playlist that doesn't match the vibe of general drawing streams like this that I do play when I'm doing anything related to vampires. So Vampires SMP, First Bite stuff, which was a series that I had been doing that I won't go into the details as to why it's not going to be up. Oh, my favorite character from The Amazing Digital Circus. My top 3, or no, top 4. Zubu, Gengar, Kinger, and Pomni. Those 4 all tie for first. Ragathar's second, as well as Kane. Jax is low. I like him as a character. Like, I like what he does for the story. Not a fan of those sorts of characters, though. So, yeah. Like, he's been through some stuff. He's still been an asshole, though. And it's... yeah. Anyways, over here. Paste that in. Okay. Now... ungroup. You and you also need to be... oh no, wait. Individually. Oh wait, no, they're just individual shapes now. That's right. Yeah, no, Kane was effectively a child in when you think about it. Because he was the first conscious AI. And he had godlike abilities. And he was just trying to understand. Yeah, Jax has mental issues. They all have some sort of issue. It's more figuring out how to put... technically speaking, you did spell it correct. It is Jax. But yeah. Let's get in and start messing with things here. Breakout point. Did that a bit too early. Get rid of those. Merge points. Okay. King very much is suffering from some level of PTSD to require needing to be in a space that is dark and stuff. And it just not being there when he's getting a lot of information. There is something that is likely tied to trauma in relations to that. Like, I know it says that, oh, it's because the reason the bucket helps is because of a good thing. And because it's the last moment he got to have a good interaction with his wife was in darkness. There is a lot more to that, I suspect. Like, there is more to that than just, oh, it's because of that, like, breaking that down. Yeah. I agree. However, I'm not gonna yuck someone else's yum unless it's a crime. For those over on Twitch, Flora asked and said, I do find it weird how some people ship Kane and Kinger because Kinger is kind of his dad in a way. That is the context to that is the context. Whoops. First, make line points. That one. Join with segments. Right now, no one on. Right now, Twitch's side's chat is quiet and stuff. No one's really saying anything. Got lurkers over there, which is fine. I'm fine with lurkers. Okay, so now, nope, not that, this. Select all this, group. No longer need that. This. This I will Control X. Control V. Actually, duplicate this one over here, delete. Hide this. This one here, delete. Okay. How literally? I think I took it very literally, cause he every painting around the circus basically is depicting eyeballs in some way. Okay, CV. Okay, right now let's go for the exact Y. Oh, let's make that 0. This one, because that makes this easy. Do that. Turn on this. And now do 172.1. Hmm. 172.1. That gets it down to there. Oh, yeah, that's right. That gets it. Why is that not? Hmm. Okay. Ungroup. Where I'm wanting to get this to is this one here. So we want that number. So math off, because that's not helping anymore. Paste. That gets that there. Get this centered there. There we go. Center back so I can grab these. Ungroup. Grab both of those. Actually, let's grab all of that. Just to ensure I grab it all and group that together. Basically this. Okay, so this sort of just infinite honeycomb like not honeycomb like structure. I have a feeling it's more Jax has a feel of corn on the cob. I'd be curious how he feels about it, just popcorn or just corn. I haven't really thought about that. That's all. Let's see. How did these two look? Oh. I I have a thing about spelling. That is not how you spell the maize that is refers to corn. M-A-I-Z-E is how you spell that sort of maize, and it's what gives it the distinction between maize starch and a maize you get lost in. So yeah, I don't know why that's something that I feel. But yeah, the English language confuses me so much. Like, why? Why is there words that sound the same but mean completely different things and have a single letter difference? Why English? Why? My brain has burnt out on trying to design the station, the Eternal Library. So, and I do blame the math for that. So, let's see. You know what? Let's have some fun and design some more emotes, because this was fun and quick. And I want to get some more emote ideas. So. A lot of people thinking that Bill would be creeped out by Kane. But Am. Oh, Kane would get... People thinking that Kane and Am would get along. Sketch. Group. Yes, that is the correct spelling for maze. Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Because it's as I said, the English language is awful. For reasons just like that. Two words sound exactly the same when pronounced, mean totally different things, and it's a single letter difference. it sucks. It sucks for dyslexics. It sucks for all sorts of people. Don't apologize for something you didn't know. Now that you know, try and remember. Because I struggle with the remembering, so I'm like, do your best. You're gonna slip up every now and again. That's language for you, above all. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, English do be hard. Okay. I wanna try doing one of. Wanna try doing Puppeteer as Big Eyes, please. So let me just quickly grab up a reference because I always forget. Here we go. Got a reference up now. It goes well. If you notice the name right here of what this one is, there is a story that I do not have the energy to go into right now. But yeah. However, I'm going to be doing another little. Yeah. Wait, that layer. I have a hard time with picking favorites of anything. Flora, as seen by the fact I have a lot of favorite characters from the Amazing Digital Circus. I like giraffes. I like owls. They're amongst my favorites. Yeah. Da, da. Mm. That's too long. Do do. Mm-hmm. Spiders. It's hit or miss. I like looking at spiders, but if they're in my house, no. They belong outside. Getting the bugs before they get into my house. Hmm. For me to have a look at a reference of one of these that has paint on. There's the reference. See you, Flora. Thanks for stopping by. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I have run out of energy for streaming today, so I'm a call stream there. I am going to go stretch my legs and finish and get myself something else to drink. However, for Thursday will still be blueprints as usual. It will probably go for the regular allocated time. I've gone to 6:30 to this week, where last week I only managed to get to 6, so I am slowly getting used to doing creative streams longer, which is good. However, I hope everyone has a great rest of their time zone, whether it be day, night, or somewhere in between. I hope if I don't see you on Thursday, I hope you have a great rest of your weeks as well.